I just went to my bank and asked them for all of the customer wrapped nickels and pennies that they had, and you can see that ended up being mostly nickels because apparently what the bank teller told me is that people have been coming in left and right asking for their pennies, and she even asked me what's up with that. So I'm guessing it's been all the viral shorts that people have been putting out. So shout out to the community for really making people aware. I think YouTube Shorts is an awesome tool to actually make this a more accessible hobby to the masses, and that's a really awesome thing to see. Hopefully I can actually find something in here. You see I got a couple different types of rolls. Got the flat style rolls right here. Then I got the preformed rolls right here. So hopefully these are customer wrapped, and it doesn't mean that these are like bank wrapped ones. I'm guessing that these are ones that a customer just paid for, which is kind of foolish because the bank will give you these flat ones for free if you know how to use them. But in any case, I figured I would get started off with the pennies first. So in just a few moments, thanks to movie magic, or I should say my crappy YouTube editing, we will know exactly what is in these rolls. With it all being said and done, I really didn't find much of anything. In fact, it all came from this one roll. I got right here a 1969 Canadian penny and then a 1944 wheat cent that's actually in decent condition. Then I also found these coins that I thought were interesting because they're all from a similar time. You can see the one that's really nice is from 2017, but these two are from 2013 and 2018, and somehow they look like copper coins, even though the last copper pennies made was back in 1982. So I thought that was a little interesting as well. So now I'm going to start dealing with the nickels, and I'm hoping I find a little something interesting, but you can see I also did re-roll all the pennies over there just because I want to take them back to the bank and get my money back for them. So what I did was with the 2 pennies that I took out and then the other 3, I just replaced those with pennies that I already have over here. So that way at least I'm only paying a cent for every coin and I'm getting a cent back for it. Out of the 560 nickels that I got, I ended up finding 9 that I thought were worth pulling. I just decided to pull anything that was made before 1960, so I'll show you guys real quick all the years. If the camera wants to focus, 1959, and then we got a 56, a 55, a 53, a 48, a 47, another 47, a 46, and then a pretty faded out 1939 nickel, which I was a little surprised to see in there. I think that's one of the first years of the Jefferson nickel after they stopped making the Buffalo Head. I was hoping to maybe find a Buffalo Head nickel, speaking of those, and maybe a silver nickel, which was made between 1942 through 1945. I believe it was mid 1942 though, so you gotta weigh the coins to find out whether they are silver or not. I think that's for the Philadelphia Mint specifically as well. It's one of those weird little like specific facts, kind of like in mid 1982 they actually stopped making copper pennies in the Philadelphia Mint, so some of the pennies made in 1982 are still copper, whereas with the San Francisco and Denver Mint that is not the case. But I'm sorry to bore you guys because that's not the point of this video. I just wanted to show you guys all the coins that I got from the bank and what I ended up finding. Not a terrible haul, I don't think, because these coins are a little older. I mean, they're not worth like all that much money, and maybe they're worth like 10 or 15 cents a piece if I'm lucky, but at the same time, it is still a fun thing to go through some coins and see if you have the chance of finding anything. It's kind of like when people buy a scratch-off ticket. It's always about the chance of winning. It's not really about the times that you lose, which is the majority of the time. And in this case, instead of paying somebody and then having a small chance of getting my money back, at least I can return all these coins that I wrap back up to the bank and get my money back in my account, or get some new coins if they have any more. So with that all being said, I really appreciate you watching the whole video. Peace.